All right. No, these are, I don't know the exact time. I have it upstairs. I'll be right back. All right. I think I got an idea. I still got to drive to Surfside this afternoon. I got 2 more meetings before I can leave here. It's going to suck. 3:50. Yep. Hey guys, we're back. It's Robert here from Mr. Texas Real Estate. And unfortunately, I have some ugly truths to deliver. I guess it kind of falls upon me. Let's start over again. Hey guys, Robert here with Mr. Texas Real Estate. I guess it falls upon me to give you some ugly truths. And here's the deal. It is easy to be a grasshopper. It is hard to be an ant. So I had a conversation with a friend of mine who spent the last 15, 16 years coaching high school and pee-wee and travel clubs and all that stuff that's involved in all that. And he's my age, and I'm going to retire early, and he's wondering how he's going to retire at all. Well, there is a sacrifice that people are making. They are sacrificing today. They're sacrificing tomorrow for today. They're going out there and figuring out, hey, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go there. I got a cruise. I got all this stuff coming up, and that's great. Or, hey, I've got dance. I've got this. I've got soccer. I've got baseball. A Little League travel club. We're going up to Minnesota for softball. I've heard that too. Oh, we're traveling. We're going to Colorado for a softball tournament. Great. That's awesome. That's exciting. But let me ask you the question, and here it comes. What does your life look like between the ages of 60 and 80 years old? What does it look like? You know, let's start. I'm going to start again. Yep, whole thing. Hey guys, Robert here with Mr. Texas Real Estate. And I guess it falls upon me today to ask the question, to kind of give you guys a little ugly truth. And here it is. Here's the question that you need to ask. What does your life look like from the ages of 60 to 80? What does your wealth look like? What does your income look like? Are you going to still be working at 70, 72, 74, 78 years old? Or are you going to be able to retire? Or maybe even retire early. Maybe you start in year 50 or 55. But I'll tell you the problem that we're having. especially in our society. It is easier to be a grasshopper than it is an ant. And I see a lot of grasshoppers out there. I had a conversation with a friend of mine who spent the last 16 years as a pee-wee coach and a high school coach and a timekeeper and a scorekeeper, and he did the travel clubs, and he was there for his son through all of it, and that was great. And I'm sure his son really appreciates that. But we're both the same age, and he's wondering how he's going to make enough money to retire, and I'm wondering, how fast can I retire? Much, much different stories. Now, I get it. You want to spend some time with your kids. You want to do all that stuff. But, man, at what cost? And so that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about what is it really look like for you between the ages of 60 and 80? What does your life look like? Will you have enough money to retire at a comfortable level? Will you have enough money to retire at all? I don't know how many of my friends out there are going to be working at 70, 75, 78 years old. That's not a life. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. And so here's the ugly truths. Let's get into it right now. If you're under the age of 35, however you're listening to this, turn it off. You're not going to believe me. You're not going to want to do it. You're too young. You believe that you can go make $1 million in 6 months because everyone on Instagram is doing the same. You believe that nonsense out there. You think that's real. So if you're under 35, just turn it off. I'm not talking to you. If you're between the ages of 35 and 45, okay, you've got time. This is really, really good. And here's the only thing you need to do between 35 and 40. Buy 4 houses. That's it. Just buy 4 houses. If you're 40 years old and you've got 4 rental properties, just single family, you're going to be doing great. Now, we got to start all over. It's taking too long. We need you to do a 3-minute 50 today. I don't think you heard me. We got to do 4 of these. Hey guys, it's Robert from Mr. Texas Real Estate. And I guess it falls upon me today to give you some ugly truth. So let me ask this question. What does your financial life look like between the ages of 60 and 80? And let's just say 82 because that's the average lifespan. What does it look like for that 22-year stretch? Here's the problem for everyone. Everyone in our community, everyone in our country. It is so much easier to be a grasshopper than it is to be an ant. I have a friend of mine who spent the last 16 years coaching pee-wee and high school and scorekeeping and travel clubs and all that stuff, and that's all really, really great, and he spent time with his son, but he dedicated every waking hour outside of work to it. And he's 55 and I'm 55, and I'm thinking, hey, I'm done here 2.5 years. I'm taking off to the beach, and he's worried that he's going to have to keep working till he's 70, 75 years old because he didn't plan on retirement. It's easier to be a grasshopper than it is an ant. So let me give it to you straight. If you're 35 years or younger, forget about it. Turn off the radio. Shut this podcast off. I don't care how you're listening to me. Just turn it off. You don't believe me anyway. You think you can make $1 million in that Instagram lifestyle world because you believe that nonsense. So good for you. When you go over 35 years old, come back to us. We'll still be here. If you're between 35 and 45, here's what you have to do. Just get 4 houses, preferably before 40. If you're 40 years old and you have 4 rental properties, your life's going to be pretty good. You're going to have assets, probably over $1 million, and you'll have cash flow. Maybe an extra $1,000 or $1,500 a month. That's fantastic. It's kind of all you need to be at. Now, if you're 40 to 45 and you don't have any rental properties, you've got to start thinking hard about this. And this is the sweet spot. 45 years old, join our mastermind, get going. Even if you don't join our mastermind, if you're listening in California, New Jersey, or Connecticut, or Arizona, or Vegas, just go out and start building your portfolio. Get those 10 houses. There's a whole other video on this you can go watch. Get those 10 houses. You want to have those 10 done by the time you're 50. Now, if you're between 50 and 60, you've got to make up time here. And unfortunately, there's nothing you can do about finding more time. There's only so much of it going around. So now you've got to become aggressive about it. In between that 50 and 60 year run, you've got to be focused, really hyper focused on how are you going to live between 60 and 82. So what are we talking about? We're talking about getting doors. We're talking about getting small apartments. We're talking about getting into passive or even aggressive real estate investing that allows you to plan out those last 22 years of your life. And for me, 27, because I'm going to retire early. But unfortunately, most people who are listening are not going to do that. And that's okay. You know, realistically, Forbes says only about 11% of the population are sort of geared in that mindset and are willing to dedicate the time to go do the things that they need to do so they can retire early and do well. And so for the 1 out of 10 of you out there that are listening, take a look at our mastermind. You can go into our website, mrtxre.com. You can text mastermind to 281-401-9008. But again, you let me know what you think your life is going to be like in the last 20 years. And if it's good, then go on. You're good for you. If it's going to be tough, you might need to think about the mastermind. This is Robert, Mr. Tex Real Estate. We're here for you. Try and clean that up a little bit, and if we have to... I know, but I stepped on myself a few times. So, and then you can turn that into a video at some point, too. Thanks. We got to do 4 of these. That's 1 down.
Okay. We want to talk about the other ones.
I don't know.